Welcome to Media Minutes. I'm Darren Woolley.
And I'm Stephen Wright.
In the next few minutes, we'll share with you our view on the multitude of industry bodies focusing on media. Stephen, who do you see as the main industry bodies globally?
Certainly, Darren, from our perspective, all of the main industry bodies work hard for the good of their members in the industry. In the USA, this is the Association of National Advertisers.
The ANA.
Correct, Darren. While in the UK, we have the Incorporated Society of British Advertisers.
ISBA.
Yes, Darren, and globally, we have the World Federation of Advertisers.
The WFA, but what about closer to home?
Well, here in Australia, we have the AANA, or the Australian Association of National Advertisers.
Right, so these are all the associations representing advertisers.
And Darren, they are all affiliated with each other through their associations with the WFA.
Okay, so who's looking after the advertising agencies?
Well, that depends on the market, Darren. But in Australia, we have the Media Federation of Australia, or MFA, and we now have the Independent Media Agency Association, known as the IMAA.
Well, that should do it then.
Almost, Darren. In each of these markets, you'll also find other advertising associations, trade bodies, clubs and the like. In Australia, we have the ACA, the Advertising Council of Australia, ADMA, the Association for Data-Driven Marketing and Advertising, the IAB, the Interactive Advertising Board. Then we have all of the media types in their associations, such as Think TV, Outdoor Media Association, Commercial Radio Australia.
Okay, Stephen, I'm getting the picture. There are a lot of industry associations, especially for the media advertising industry.
But to be honest, the main players are the AANA and the MFA. These two represent the major advertisers and their media agencies in the Australian market.
That must have been a bit strained during the last decade, what with all the issues around media transparency and the digital supply chain.
Perhaps in the early days, but they have worked surprisingly collaboratively in addressing many of the issues facing the industry, including developing contract templates and recommendations and guidelines on pitching.
Well, that sounds promising. But how are we going with cleaning up the digital supply chain?
That is work in progress, Darren. In fact, all of the associations are working on this issue, but particularly the ANA in the USA, who are commissioning a detailed independent investigation into this issue.
Well, Stephen, when you consider all the associations and groups here in Australia focusing on media, you would think these issues would have been dealt with by now.
Darren, media is a $16 billion business in the Australian market and more than $1 trillion globally. It is a phenomenally large category with plenty of players, all with their own agendas and issues. It's not surprising that progress may be slower than you expect.
Thank you, Stephen. And for regular updates on their progress, make sure you subscribe to Media Minutes, a weekly snack on all things media. Until then, I'm Darren Woolley and he's
Stephen Wright.
And this is Media Minutes.